Speed isn't enough anymore. A Crown Victoria made 250 horsepower. A modern police Ford makes 400. But horsepower isn't the upgrade you should fear most. The police car behind you is one moving part in a much larger machine. By the fifth layer, that patrol car may not need to chase you at all. For decades, escape seemed mechanically possible. Find a faster car, reach an open road, then build a gap. The old Crown Victoria Police Interceptor topped out near 130 miles per hour. Fast in traffic, less impressive next to a modern performance car. A current Ford Police Interceptor utility, powered by a 3-liter twin-turbo engine, can reach 148 miles per hour. That engine makes 400 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. In what's still, underneath everything, a reinforced family SUV. Michigan State Police testing took it from 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. 20 years ago, that counted as sports car acceleration. Now you get it with steel wheels, a prisoner cage, and 3 antennas. The obvious answer is to buy something faster. A tuned sedan can make 600 horsepower. Some electric cars reach 60 in under 3 seconds. Congratulations, you won the brochure race. Now the first problem, police vehicles aren't built for one acceleration pull. They're built to do it again and again through an entire shift. A normal car can sprint once. A pursuit vehicle has to accelerate, brake, idle, jump a curb, then repeat the whole sequence. Ford equips the Interceptor with heavy-duty brakes, reinforced suspension, upgraded bearings, and separate cooling systems for critical fluids. Those 18-inch steel wheels aren't an admission that someone hates style. They're there so one pothole doesn't end the chase. The transmission uses police-specific programming. It reads the driver's inputs and keeps the drivetrain ready to accelerate again. The all-wheel drive system works the same way. It can shift torque before the tires start spinning. The current model even has a pursuit button. Press it once and the vehicle changes how it delivers power and responds. So you try strategy 1, out-accelerate it. That works for 6 seconds. Then you meet traffic, the road bends, and horsepower stops deciding the size of the gap. Keep those 400 horses in mind. We'll come back to what they can't do. The second advantage isn't speed. It's surviving bad driving for much longer. Police cars idle for hours while powering radios, lights, cameras, and computers. An ordinary electrical system hates that. The non-hybrid Interceptor can carry a 250-amp alternator. It's a small power station bolted to an SUV. The hybrid pairs a 3.3-liter engine with electric assistance for 318 combined horsepower. That sounds like the economical version. Ford also says it's the only pursuit-rated hybrid police utility vehicle the company currently sells. While the vehicle sits, its battery can run equipment without leaving the engine on constantly. Ford estimates that this can save up to 838 gallons per year. That won't help during a chase. It helps the car wait 12 hours for one without cooking itself. Then there's the cooling. The engine oil, transmission fluid, and radiator all get hardware built for repeated driving under heavy loads. Your modified street car may win one highway pull. Police test the Interceptor across an entire duty cycle. Now for the honest drawback. Police vehicles are heavy, packed with equipment, and far from unbeatable. A Ford Interceptor can carry hundreds of pounds of radios, armor, computers, and emergency gear before an officer even gets in. A lightweight performance car can still accelerate harder. A motorcycle can slip through spaces that no police SUV can enter. Strategy 2 starts to look promising. Make the patrol car overheat, fall behind, or lose you in traffic. Then a second police car joins the chase. One unit becomes 3, 3 becomes 6. Each arrives with a full tank and a driver who hasn't spent 10 minutes taking risks. You have one engine, one set of brakes, and one plan that's getting worse by the minute. They have a fleet to rotate. That's the part people tend to miss. A police chase is almost never one car against another. The first officer gives directions and updates. Units farther ahead can move toward your route instead of tracing it from behind. At 60 miles per hour, you cover 1 mile each minute. A unit sitting 2 miles ahead doesn't need to catch you. It needs a radio. Radio travels at something close to the speed of light. Your 600 horsepower sedan has met the one thing it can't outrun. Dispatch can connect patrol units, neighboring jurisdictions, and specialized teams while the fleeing car is still gaining speed. A description leads to a plate. The plate leads to a registered address. One moving vehicle becomes a known object inside a network. None of that guarantees an arrest. Someone may have stolen the plates. Records go out of date. People drive cars they don't own all the time. Still, each new identifier removes one unknown from the investigation. So you try strategy 3, break visual contact. That used to matter a lot. Once the pursuing officer lost sight of the car, the chase could dissolve into a series of uncertain turns. Now, a disappearing pair of taillights can leave a trail of digital sightings behind. Automatic license plate readers photograph passing plates and compare them with lists of wanted or stolen vehicles. Some ride on patrol cars, others sit beside roads. Third-party networks can make sightings searchable across wide areas. A government review found that selected federal agencies could search nationwide plate reader data supplied by third parties. Nationwide doesn't mean every road. It means the search can extend beyond the officer who saw you 5 minutes earlier. One sighting provides a place and a time, a second shows direction, a third starts tracing a route. You aren't escaping one camera, you're leaving a sequence. And this is the uncomfortable part. The system doesn't have to recognize your face to keep following the car. It can match the same plate, body shape, color, or damage across different locations. Change one detail and the others may survive. You're still moving a several thousand-pound object through public space. These systems make mistakes too. A dirty plate or one wrong character can send officers toward the wrong vehicle. A database alert should give officers a lead. It shouldn't count as proof by itself. There's a privacy problem as well. License plate databases can preserve the movements of people who aren't suspected of anything. A federal accountability review examined more than 20 types of monitoring technology and found holes in the privacy safeguards. The network makes fleeing harder, but it raises another question. How much ordinary travel should anyone be able to search? That argument isn't settled. The cameras are already running. You lose the first patrol car, 10 minutes pass. Another unit learns which road your vehicle crossed. A movie-style handbrake turn can't erase a timestamp. Fixed cameras still have gaps. Rural roads exist, plates become unreadable. Strategy 4 is to reach somewhere outside the network's view. That worked better before police started moving the network into the sky. A helicopter doesn't care which exit you choose. From 1,000 feet up, the whole interchange fits into one image. Ground units can slow down while the aircraft keeps watching from farther away. Now the chase works against you. The more aggressively you drive, the easier your car becomes to separate from normal traffic. One vehicle is changing lanes at triple-digit speed. 50 others are trying to get away from it. You don't disappear into that crowd. You mark yourself. Helicopters have clear weaknesses, they cost money, need crews and maintenance, and can't appear over every town within 30 seconds. Weather can ground them, fuel runs out. Many departments don't own one. Small aircraft that can live in a rooftop box are starting to fill that gap. Police drones can launch from fixed stations and stream live video to officers before a ground unit arrives. Some carry infrared cameras. Darkness takes away color. It doesn't make a hot engine disappear. In one public safety program, drones reportedly reach calls 3 to 6 minutes before officers. They cleared roughly 1/4 of those calls without sending a patrol unit. New York's system has demonstrated coverage of Central Park's more than 800 acres in under 2 minutes. That doesn't mean every police drone can follow every car forever. Routine flights beyond the pilot's line of sight usually require specific federal authorization. Police still have to follow airspace rules. But look at the numbers. One federal development program logged more than 48,000 flights beyond visual line of sight. 48,000. What began as an experimental exception is turning into working infrastructure. Strategy 4 fails in a different way. The patrol car vanishes from your mirror and everything goes quiet. No siren, no flashing lights. One camera watches from above while ground units move toward wherever you finally stop. A driver who thinks the chase has ended is much easier to arrest than someone still traveling at 100 miles per hour. Now we reach the 5th layer. This is where the 400 horsepower engine stops mattering much. A police vehicle can hide a compressed air launcher behind its grille. The projectile isn't meant to smash glass. It carries a GPS tracker. The device sticks to a fleeing vehicle and sends a new location every 2 to 5 seconds. The pursuing officer backs away. The suspect slows down. The most dangerous part of the chase loses its audience. During government-sponsored field testing, tagged vehicles slowed to within about 10 miles per hour of the limit in under 2 minutes on average. The examined cases produced a reported apprehension rate of 80%, with no injuries, deaths, or property damage. 80% isn't magic. Rain, snow, a bad impact angle, or a failed deployment can beat the tag. The police car also has to get close enough to take one clean shot. Once the tracker sticks, though, the old definition of escape falls apart. You can't measure success by the gap between two bumpers anymore. The police may let that gap grow on purpose. It's like hiding from someone while sending them your location every 3 seconds. Now the opening promise makes sense. The patrol car doesn't have to stay behind you. The tracker has taken over its job. And GPS tags are only one way to manage a pursuit from a distance. Spike strips target the tires. Grappling devices can catch a rear wheel. Connected vehicles may allow remote tracking or immobilization. Each method brings its own risk. Force a moving car to stop and several thousand pounds may stop in a way nobody can control. Deflating the tires doesn't remove momentum. At 100 miles per hour, it changes how the tires handle that momentum. That's why tracking may work better than immediate force. It gives officers the one thing every chase runs short of: time. Traffic clears. Another unit gets into position. The driver gets a chance to stop making decisions at freeway speed. Now it gets strange. Sometimes the strongest pursuit tactic is ending the pursuit. Police departments are placing more restrictions on high-speed chases because catching one driver can put everyone along the route in danger. No technology for stopping a vehicle can promise a safe ending. Government evaluations say so directly. A pursuit can hurt officers, passengers, suspects, or people who had nothing to do with the original stop. At 90 miles per hour, a car covers 132 feet each second. A 2-second mistake carries it more than 260 feet. That's almost a city block before anyone can correct it. A supervisor may end the pursuit when the risk grows larger than the reason for the stop. The fleeing driver watches the lights disappear and assumes the machine has lost. Not quite. The machine may have the plate, camera footage, a description of the driver, 3 location records, and a likely destination. Ending the chase doesn't always mean giving up. It can mean trading a dangerous arrest now for a controlled arrest later. That works because even the fastest police vehicle on Earth still answers to physics. 400 horsepower can't see around a blind corner. All-wheel drive can't reduce human reaction time to 0. A pursuit-rated chassis can't remove an innocent driver from an intersection. Technology doesn't make police cars invincible. It makes the chase depend less on the car itself. That's the whole story. The old contest was engine against engine. Now it's one driver against vehicles, radios, cameras, aircraft, databases, and time. Beat the first car and the second gets your direction. Lose the second and a camera records the plate. Miss the camera and an aircraft may hold the route. Escape the aircraft and a GPS tag may keep reporting every few seconds. Even if all of those systems fail, investigators can keep working after the road goes quiet. Every layer has limits. Equipment breaks, databases contain errors, agencies run short of money, policies vary across thousands of departments. Privacy rules can limit what agencies store, aviation rules limit where drones fly. Courts can restrict how police collect or use evidence. One town may have a helicopter and a plate reader network. The next may have 3 aging patrol cars and unreliable radios. So no, escape hasn't become literally impossible. But far more things have to fail. 30 years ago, a fast car and one missed turn might end the visible chase. Today, that turn may remove a single observer from a system with dozens more. The police SUV in your mirror still poses a threat. It has stronger brakes, heavier cooling, and perhaps 400 horsepower. But none of that explains why escape feels impossible. It feels impossible because the car isn't the pursuer anymore. The network is.